Hi everyone. It's very grandiose, whoever is listening to this. I wanted to address what I call the elephant in the room. And what I mean by that is Jeff and Stephanie are teaching an absolutely phenomenal way of living and being, and tools that are incredibly practical and real. And although I was going to be privileged enough to be one of the facilitating leaders, I guess, is that the right title? I began this journey with Jeff right at the beginning and Stephanie. I think I'm right about that. And now, sadly, I can't this time anyway do what I was committed to doing. And the elephant in the room that I want to share with you, I think is relevant to everybody. So I hope this is useful. I was born with various acute and chronic conditions. That means I have to have surgeries the whole time. So my underlying life, you would think, was tricky and almost impossible. If you spent an hour looking at the deep reality of my life, what my body has to go through, and therefore the consequences of it, and therefore the finances, the living conditions, the relationships, everything, you would probably want to give up before you even begin. And the only reason why I share that very briefly is because I want to really share with you the power, the authority, the tools and the skills that Jeff is sharing, and the evidence and the proof of it. So although I've had to back out on this round, and although I have just been recovering from surgery, and for all intents and purposes it looks as if it worked, and now it's tripped up another issue and I have to have more surgery, I want to tell you about the magical, miraculous life that I live in nearly all of the time. And it is because of the skills that Jeff has taught. I have got this far by having a very powerful, practical faith and stepping into the miraculous every day. That's what I call it. But it's allowing the reality of my circumstances, the pain that I live with, and all of the consequences. I bundle that up into that's my reality box, and I do whatever I can to make my reality better. But one of the ways that I influence my reality is by utilizing Jeff's skills. So I use my vivid imagination to put my hands on my own steering wheel with the man made of light. I utilize the word God, but it's the man made of light. And fundamentally, through the skills that Jeff teaches, I ignite the light within me that boomerangs back and forth with the man made of light. I'm dyslexic, so this is quite funny. Anyway, the point is that I believe that God, or the man made of light, is light, and we have light inside of us, and we can live from that light to the outside rather than allowing the reality and the darkness of our life to implode us. So let me just recap this, because I really want it to be, well, I'm daring to want this to be really inspiring to all of you, because I have a very extreme set of circumstances at the moment. I'm living with someone who is mimicking vascular dementia and is waiting for surgery, and his bloods keep not being quite well enough to have the surgery he has to have. So I'm a full-time carer, and I want to do it lovingly, so I manage it with the skills that Jeff teaches. because I am constantly living in a greater reality than the circumstances we have. That's on the one hand, okay? On the second hand, I have my own personal medical issues. But again, I'm going to just recap this. I put those very harsh realities and their consequences into a bubble. I do whatever I can to make that on a practical level better. Like I make the phone calls, I take the phone calls from the anaesthetist, the doctors, the surgeons, I pick up the medication, blah, blah, blah. All of that, okay. But I do it as lightly as possible from my actual miraculous greater reality, which is from my imagination. So I'm living constantly from the feelings of having the most glorious, peaceful, joyful, fun, adventurous life. And it is possible. I come across so many people in my own work where they are it's so easy for any of us to be downtrodden and overwhelmed by the problems that are coming at us. We can look at the news and we get overwhelmed. We can listen to our friends. We can listen to the noise in our own heads and we can get drowned out, particularly in the wintertime, by the way, if you're in winter. But it is so possible, and it is what I believe that love and God intended. It is so possible to keep on igniting layer by layer by layer the miraculous. And Jeff shows us over and over again how to step out of just being a mediocre human being to being the extraordinary human beings that all of us can be. And I can promise you there's nothing particularly special about me. I'm a lovely human being, so don't get me wrong, I have great self-worth and self-value. But fundamentally, I've become extraordinary because of skills that Jeff is teaching you. So no matter what you are up against, please give yourselves permission to embrace every single step of this and just do the skills and work and exercises that Jeff and Stephanie suggest with Chris's amazing help and Lisa's, and your facilitator will be just holding your hand. I'm sorry that I can't be amongst you, but I am already seeing and feeling and hearing another layer of people getting hold of these wonderful, wonderful skills. So with masses of love to you, I really hope that you get a hold of the elephant in the room, as I call it, because we all have elephants in our room. We have relatives who are alcoholic or they're addicts, or that we have financial issues, or most of us that feel drawn to Jeff's work want the quality of our lives to be different. Now, if you really want it to be different, I can absolutely promise you that no matter what you're up against, and I hope it's not as extreme as my present circumstances, if you do this, you can absolutely have the results. Financially, emotionally, physically, and really importantly in how you just feel every day. Believe it or not, I wake up every single morning, even on the nights when I don't sleep because of pain. I wake up just so excited about what is today going to bring. And it's going to be, my day is going to be hugely influenced by how I feel. And if I'm excited and joyful and peaceful, which was what I choose every single day, then the most wonderful, wonderful things continue to happen to me. And I keep finding ways, miraculous ways, where apparently People that are highly qualified on a human level tell me it is not possible. Well, how come I go beyond and beyond and beyond what medically is possible, financially is possible? How come my darling flatmate and partner, how come he is going beyond and beyond what the best medics in the world have been telling me for the last 6 months? On a human level, it's not possible, apparently, but you ignite our spirits, our spirit body, which is what you're going to learn about. And my goodness, there is so much more that is possible. Thank you very much for listening. Take care. Bye.